hard to see from here, but we did use the Hoof Boss a couple days ago. That thing is awesome with how thick her hooves are. We wouldn't have been able to use the snips pretty much at all. We had to like sand down the sides a little bit with it and then trim the chunks off. They're still not 100% where I want them to be, but they are. We probably clipped off 3 to 4 inches of hooves between the sander and actually clipping. She's walking a lot better. Her hooves are able to breathe a bit more, and it's not as wet now. It's been really, really wet, but it's went just solid cold and everything's frozen again, so that should help too. Just in case, I picked up some hoof ointment for hoof rot in case that is an issue. Other than, goat hoof smelling in general, it seemed to be okay, but we want to play on the safe side. I'd rather treat her after all that wet, because it could be in there already. Some of them are. It's preventative as well, and she's the only one that I noticed issues with. We only got through Aurora, Carl, and Nellie. The battery didn't die or anything. It's just Nellie was the last one we did. We knew she was going to be tough. She's always been a bit ornery. We had to lay her down on her side, and in order to do it, and I had to kind of cuddle with her, which she was okay with that because it kept her warm. But when we went to switch her to her other side, she decided to drag me across the ice a bit because there was a bit of an ice patch over here. We were up in the one area that was not iced up, and so we're a little sore. She's our tallest bower, and she's just never really taken to us, and she's got an issue with one of her udders. I think they call it a blown udder. I mean, both of her boys were nursing off both of them this last summer, but it can become a health issue. So between that and the fact that her hoofs grow like 4 or 5 times faster than everybody else's, we're thinking of culling her in October. I'm hoping to get one more set of twins off of her. I'm hoping one of them is a doe. Aurora's her daughter, if nothing else, but I really want a doe with Carl, that I can have that slightly shorter stature, but broader shoulders and overall body, kind of like Lady and Granny. They're both a little more broader. She's walking a little better, but we got to get her used to this. When we get the ointment in, it can take anywhere from 3 days to a week, with the postal service this time of year. They try, but it's never a guarantee. And then we'll pick a day where me and my husband are both off again, and we will clean up her feet some more and then do the ointment. So at least she's walking on a slightly different part of her foot, a bit closer to what she's supposed to be. But I do want to. She took me for a nice drag there, and my husband had to hold her, and we got a bit too sore, so we'll try again and hopefully get her feeling a lot better. Either way, I'm pretty sure she'll be called in October, along with her 2 boys her 2 wither boys that we have. I really, really, really hope she has a doe this summer. But yeah, that Hoof Boss is really awesome though. I suggest you guys try it. We got the one with the 4 blades. We didn't use the one with the chainsaw blade. We were a little leery of that yet. We wanted to get them comfortable with the machine first. So we did the blue grit. I guess the gold grit is a little bit more aggressive, but the blue grit seemed to work pretty good for these guys. They don't have any thinning hoof walls or any crack lines. None of their hooves seem to be splintered. So it's just a really good, thick, healthy hoof. Hers is the only one that's kind of iffy because of the sheer amount of growth she grows through. Yeah, and her daughter doesn't have the same issue. So that is that.